Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's video we're going to be doing Big Sis advice / girl talk edition. And I do have the questions on my iPad, peep the cheetah and peep the pink iPad, but we're going to be, you know, having a little girl chit chat. And if you want some popcorn, get your snacks, because it might be some spicy questions. And if you're a boy, you can stay, but just don't do too much, okay? Period. So the first question is, when did I get my first period? I got my first period around the age 11. I believe I don't even remember what grade I was in, but that's like pre-teen years. But I know it was when I first came down to Texas. And thank God, like, my mom was working, but for some reason she decided to stay home that day. And so it was so much easier to kind of like cope with it and, you know, be prepared because she was home. And so I remember, like, I was a little girl and I had my little panties on and shit. And I'm like, yo, the fuck's this brown shit in my panties? Nope. Fuck going on. So I'm like, Mom, this brown stuff in my panties, I don't know what. I ain't never seen no stuff like that before. She was like, oh my God, welcome to girlhood, welcome to girl power. I said, oh. Nope. But yeah, periods are different for everybody. Mine's, I don't remember if I had cramps. It was so long ago. I'm grown now. But yeah, that's how my experience was when I got my first period. What was your first time? Advice for a beginner. So my first time, actually, it wasn't really the best experience for me, if I'm going to be completely honest. Like, it just, I felt like things were rushed and the person didn't know what they were doing. So rushed, not knowing what they were doing. I felt like I was prepared for advice. Just be yourself and make sure you do it with the right person. Don't do it just to, you know, get it out the way, because, you know, that's what a lot of the times nowadays with girls do, you know, to try and, you know, be on the same wave as their friends or whatever. But like, girl, wait. I would say hold on to your virginity as long as you can, and make sure it's with somebody that you feel really comfortable with, that you have a real connection with, because yeah, you want your first time to be memorable, or at least that's how most people want their first time to be memorable. But my first time, child, if I had to rate it, I would give it a 3 out of 10. And I didn't even finish. Girl, it was bad. It was bad. They tried to do oral, couldn't do it. It was bad. Next question. How do you feel about women that are being treated now in today's society? I feel like it's honestly sad. Like, I see so many cases and stories now about girls coming out, or women coming out about domestic violence, bro, or domestic abuse. Like, that is like really sad, and I feel for the girls that has to go through that. And it can be hard, you know, when, especially if it's somebody that you're used to and that's all you know. So like, I understand, because I'm a girl's girl. Like, I understand. That's just honestly sad. Like, the men now in today's society, not saying all, but a lot of them are PUSSIESs, pussies, major, heavy on the pussy. Yeah, emphasis on the pussy. Cry about it to your mom, not me, ho. I said what I said. And it's simple. It's statistics. It's logic. Like, what? We deserve better as a community and as a race, especially blacks, but really all women. Like, all women are basically being treated the same, because it's not just black women that's coming out from domestic violence. It's other races too. And like, I just feel like that's sad. And I feel like we should work on self-love, healing, and being more independent, you know, like not having to depend on a man, because like that's just, you know, what the fuck was that? Like, that's just a way that I was raised or taught up, is, you know, really never to depend on a man, because you never want to put your all, because you never know what may happen. And Like, you're gonna be looking stupid if something dumb happens, you know what I'm saying? So you always just be prepared. But there are good men out there that could take care of you and all this and the third. So props to those men, because there are still good men out there. You just have to be patient, and it'll come to you when you're not focused about it. Period. What do you think makes a good relationship, platonic or romantic? I feel like good communication, being your authentic self on both parties. You know, like, if you can't really be yourself around that person, like, what's the point? Because you're being fake and phony, and that's not really a true, genuine relationship. So I would say good communication, authenticity, trustworthiness, you know, being able to be truthful, being able to feel like you can't come to that person about a lot of stuff. And yeah, I feel like communication is the main thing, really. Everything else will follow, but communication is like the foundation, the base of any type of relationship. And authenticity, good personality. What is self-love? Self-love is, I don't know, I used to also be confused about, like, what the fuck is that? Like, and it's not just, self-love does include, you know, taking care of your vessel, you know, spa treatments, getting your nails and your hair done, making sure you feel good, looking good so you feel good. That is a part of self-love, but that is not what self-love means. Self-love is taking care of yourself internally, and out. But more so on the internal side is, you know, doing work within, noticing unhealthy habits, setting boundaries for yourself, basically really just trying to better yourself and not take no bullshit, but not being rude about it, but just being firm in your own self, if that makes sense. So for example, say if, and I'm not throwing no shade, this is just an example, but typically people would say if a woman didn't have self-love or no boundaries or no morals for herself, say if you know, she's just walking across the gas station and a random guy approaches her and is catcalling her and basically asking her to F, but he knows nothing about her, he don't know her name, he didn't introduce himself, you know, he hasn't really gotten to know her, and she just, okay, yeah, that, you don't have no self-love, you don't have no self-respect, you don't have any self-morals. In that case, you would say no. Saying no is key. Especially, don't feel pressured, or if you feel pressured, bitch, no, I'm sorry. Or being too nice. You have to learn how to be firm with what you're saying. But you also have to learn how to say it in like a non-rude or disrespect. But people gonna take shit how they take it. Like, girl, just be yourself. Period. Have a relationship with yourself. Bond with your inner child, because your inner child is screaming at you right now, bitch. They need attention. Watch old movies, do older activities, do stuff that makes you happy, learn about yourself, have a good relationship with yourself, talk out loud to yourself, have a conversation with yourself, because that's what the fuck I do, and I don't give a fuck. I talk to myself all the time, which I'm low-key doing right now. But do you believe in body counts? Yes. Preferably, I would prefer a guy that has more experience, but not too much, if that makes sense. I do believe in soul connections and all that shit, soul bonding. So whenever you have sexual intercourse, I do believe that y'all's souls become one, and you'll feel what he feels, or she feels what he feels, or she and she, he, it doesn't matter. Whenever you have sexual intercourse, I feel like the souls does combine, no matter who it is. That's why you have to be careful. That's why you need to protect your peace, your energy, and your vessel. You know, not just giving it out to just anybody. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, I do believe in body counts. Tampons versus pads. I don't know much about tampons. Honestly, I'm not sticking nothing up my coochie if it's not okay. But, I'm scared to do that anyway, because I heard too many stories about that shit getting stuck up there, and then the little string hang. That's just nasty. And then my periods be heavy, like the whole thing will be soaked, bro. And I'll be hearing about leaking and shit. Like, what is even the point of that? I feel like that's weird. But yeah, I'm a pad girly. Sometimes it be looking like I have a diaper on. No shade, but all shade, whatever, because I have a big ass. So the pads just. So somebody said, so I'm talking to this really cute guy, and he asked me on a date. He doesn't know what to do, so I made plans. And I met him here in an Uber because he doesn't have a car and neither do I at the moment. So the date was going well, you know, and his personality is really nice. But when the bill came, he gave it to me and said he would pay me back. It's been 2 weeks and I haven't heard from him. What should I do? Cut him the fuck off? Are you... sis, come on now. Stop being dumb. Wake up. Stand up. Remove yourself. Don't ever talk to that piece of shit again. Do you hear me? First of all, I'm gonna name all the red flags. Talk to a really cute guy. He asks you on a date. Okay, cool. Boom. No red flags there. He doesn't know what to do. So you made the plans. That's where you should have not continued right there. If a dude asks you on a date, he should be the one planning. He should, because he's initiating. He asked you. He should have the date planned, not you. You met him there in an Uber because he doesn't have a car or you. You know, people's situation be different. I'm not really the judgmental type, but he could have at least paid for your Uber there. That's just me, but the fuck? And the date was going well. His personality is nice, but when the bill came, he didn't pay. He said he would pay you back, and it's been 2 weeks. Girl, he's using you. You're a placeholder. He probably just got into an argument with his girlfriend and saw you were the next cutest thing to get his mind off of what just happened. And you're taking care of him. Wake up, sis. You're being dumb. Be smart. Think wisely. And I told you so.
Be smart, date smart, choose wisely. And remember, I told you.
You know that, girl. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. How do you get over ex breakups? Honestly, it's really hard. It's honestly really hard. But what I've learned is when you detach first or faster, it won't really affect you. Like, you'll be able to get over it faster. But how to do that, honestly, just cry. Cry, be sad, be depressed, mope around. Like, there's nothing really you can do. You just have to really feel the emotion. Like, there's no other way around it. People do unhealthy shit like smoking, drinking, trying to, you know, numb the feeling, but you're going to feel it regardless. When that shit wears off, you're going to feel it again. So I feel like just take it all in, but don't sit there for too long. Once you get over that phase, you'll feel a lot better. Give yourself time to breathe and really work on healing. Work on, you know, traumas that may have occurred or whatever. And don't beg a motherfucker back. You never do that shit. Honestly, you really shouldn't go back to the past anyway, but definitely do not beg a man. No. If you want to come back, cool. And you know what I used to think? I used to be like, oh my God, this dude just came back. Honestly, a lot of the times they be coming back to see if you're still dumb. So when you do like self-work, reevaluation, you know, going within and stuff, you'll spot shit and you'll know right away, oh, you're trying to play me as a joke, but you're the joke. Sorry, dummy. What was your first kiss like? I'm going to be having mine soon and I'm so nervous. Can you give me any advice? My first kiss was bad. I was talking to a guy and he had really big lips, and this was in grammar school, I believe, or middle school, one of them. He basically was a school whore, I guess, talking to multiple females at a time. But he didn't really know how to kiss. His lips were too big and he was fucking sucking the shit out of my face. Like, I remember when we got done kissing, like, this whole area was wet. And I have little lips, if you can't tell. But it fits my face. But his lips were big and, like, it was a bad experience. But advice for you, watch YouTube videos. Kiss on your hand, because that's definitely what I was doing. And, like, the more you do it, it might be a little weird at first. If that person knows that is your first time or whatever, it'll be a lot better because, you know, they could be more patient with you. So don't ever be afraid of that. How do you deal with toxic households or people? That's a really good ass question. Honestly, stay to yourself and be very smart of things that's going on. Know what to say, know what not to say. Don't put up with nobody's bullshit. But honestly, just let it come to you like a grain of salt, because you already know what's going on. You already know where their mindset at. They're probably not mentally stable, or I don't know, they might have mental health issues or whatever. But as long as you know who you are, you should not let that affect you. So say if you are in a toxic household or whatnot, that's really hard, especially if you're young, like, because you're still growing up and that could really affect you. But I would say maybe, you know, seek a therapist or a counselor to, like, you know, help you with your thoughts, your feelings and emotions, or journal is really good, meditating, stuff like that. You can find a hobby. Don't really engage in it, it's already bad, and you don't want to. Just try and stay to yourself and stay out the way for as long as you can, until you can move to where you want to be, or until you know you can get out of that situation. That's a good question, but yeah, just stay strong. Like, you got this, because I know that shit can be really hard. Do you believe in saving yourself for marriage? So kind of gave myself a already. It depends. For me personally, if I have a good connection with the person, 9 times out of 10 we're probably going to. But I listen to my body. If my hoo-ha, you know, is starting to have different smells, or my body's starting to feel weird around this person, I take sign of my body. So if I'm off, I won't do it with that person. And honestly, I will always try to make sure that it's protected, because I'm not the motherly type right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm a mother to y'all, definitely. Mother already in the building. But yeah, saving kids will be after marriage, maybe, if I feel like it. But it depends on the person. What your beliefs are, you do what you believe in. You do what makes you feel better. If you want to save yourself in marriage, so be it. That's a good thing, you know. You're saving yourself a lot. You're saving yourself from possible STDs, STIs, one. You're saving yourself from bondaging to the wrong person, possibly. You're saving yourself from dealing with different emotions that's connected to that person, different bodies that's connected to that person, different spirits that's connected to that person, and your pH. Being celibate is good. I honestly think that a lot more women should try and start doing that. But then again, motherfuckers be horny, man. Get a toy or something. Until get a toy, listen to erotic audios. Is it okay to move in with my partner before marriage? Yes. You need to know who that person is before you get involved with them. You need to know if this is who you're going to be with for the rest of your life. So yes, it's good to move in with your partner before marriage, so you can get a real good insight. Oh, this nigga don't wash his drawers. Oh, he leaves shit in the toilet. Oh, he don't shower every day. Ew. Oh, he leaves his dishes in the sink and think I'm gonna do it. Yeah, no. So yeah, definitely learn your partner as much as you can. You're gonna always be learning stuff about your partner, because you know everybody's always evolving and stuff. But on a 3D level, learn your partner for the most part before you get married, because you might fucking marry a serial killer and you don't even know it. Advice on oral sex: just be cool. If you trying to, you know, do the walk 3,000 on a motherfucker, practice on a banana. Maybe get a mini baby banana.
A couple of tips though I would say is make sure you do not eat a full meal beforehand, because you might feel sick or you might get sick. Make sure you drink plenty of water, and make sure that your mouth is wet or moist so it won't be, you know, dry and harsh on them.
Practice on a motherfucker. There's videos on YouTube, TikTok. Girl, the internet is your best friend at this point when it comes to that stuff. So Google it and practice. And if your person is really like cool, you can practice on them. I'm sure they wouldn't mind. Like, what? So whenever you experience it, drop it down in the comments, you know, give us the tea. And whenever, you know, I might do a part 2 or whatever. But yeah. How do you feel about friends and benefits? It's this one guy I'm talking to and I'm starting to catch feelings for him. Run. Well, friends with benefits can get you in a lot of trouble, because especially if you're not trying to catch feelings and y'all do. I mean, y'all probably, that's good. Y'all started off as friends and then blah, 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 whatever, cool. But you can really honestly get your feelings hurt, because they might just want to fuck, but still be cool, but they don't want to do nothing else. So just know your lane. Be on the same page. If you catch yourself like diving and they're not, baby girl, you better Get the fuck. Because you will learn the hard way. And I'm sorry, but sometimes it just has to happen that way. How do you deal with anxiety? Just take a deep breath. If there's too much going around, you're just trying to hone in on yourself. Try to mute the noise in the background and make everything quiet. Focus on breathing. Inhale, exhale. Inhale maybe for 3 seconds, exhale for 3 seconds. Just try to bring yourself back down to earth. Grounding, you know. Trying to relax and have a self-talk. Know that everything will be okay. I will be okay. I'll be okay. I'm fine. You know, eventually you'll calm down. And the more it happens, just keep on doing it. Breathing techniques, honing in on yourself and trying to calm yourself down, because a lot of the times or sometimes you might not have a person in your corner that can do that, or you might be out on your own or something. You have to know how to control that. So definitely, or maybe you can invest in like a stress ball, or you can get a plushie, or like I have a Hello Kitty that I'll be sleeping with, which is so cute, but it's so uncomfortable to lay on. Like my neck be like, maybe you get a squish ball. I know that sometimes help people, or like these little like they look like erasers, clay type of eraser things, but they have like the squishy something with your hands, maybe a pen, a clicker, get some bubble gum. Try and relax, but do not harm yourself in the process. So I know some people be pulling their hair out and all this other type of stuff, but don't ever let it get to that point. If it gets that bad, you definitely need to go see a therapist, a counselor, you know, because you don't want to harm yourself or harm other people. And that was the last question for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I did enjoy making this video. It was like some very interesting questions. And if you guys want a part 2, comment part 2. And until then, love you. I'll see you guys soon. And I'm working on more content. But I'm starting to really like the, you know, talking, the story time. I feel like that fits my vibe. I like. I'll see you guys later.